You recognize that guy?
No, remember me?
You recognize that
And
guy?
you're from my owner. Cabezon. I used to call him Cabezon.
No, this one's not Cabezon.
Yeah.
This is the other one, the smaller one.
Oh, the small one. So Cabezon
Yeah.
is the other one, right?
Cabezon, I actually rehomed,
All right.
and then this one is the smaller of the two at the
Okay.
time. But he's getting big.
All right.
He's pushing 5 feet soon. Yeah, Cabezon was
I used
great.
to own this one and the other one. They were like 9 inches or 12 inches when I got him from Florida. And when they think like 3 feet long, he got him from me.
Tell them they were legal.
Yeah, they were
You
legal.
didn't like, go down to Florida and steal them.
Yeah, I got. They came from an alligator farm. As a matter of fact.
Where did he come from? Where do you get what,
Well, like I said, this is the
Those-
actual
that
owner
one-
of this alligator when it was a baby.
Yeah, and in New York State, yeah, I got license by that time. Yeah, I got him from.
So
from
was
ano-
he, so he's like bred here?
They were bred, I believe, in an alligator farm in Florida. I got it for a breeder that I got caimans from him too.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I got him, he was like 9 inches, 12 inches long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when they first hatched.
yeah, pero I live in. But here, very close to City Hall, but downtown Albany. I had to
Okay.
live, yeah.
So,
In an
so
apartment.
you get him, but then he gets big.
So
They got big, yeah.
if there's a big alligator walking down the streets of Albany, we blame Jose.
Yeah, I was very
It's
careful.
always-
I got into newspapers and everything. Yeah, so, they know, even the politicians know who I was. So they
Most
ain't
of the
saying
other
no.
alligators I
Yeah.
have, I don't know where they're doing this. So Saugerties, New York is an hour south. He's got a huge indoor enclosure for the winter, and then outdoors a 12 by 6 with a 300-gallon pond. And I get right in there with him at feeding time.
What do your neighbors think?
What's that?
What do your neighbors think?
My neighbors know what's over there. I mean, I've lived in that house since I was a kid. I started with my first alligator when I was 19.
Oh, is that right?
So yeah, my neighbors know what's over there. They're used to it by now. I got a red cross.
Good job.
There's more over there. You can go see some.
Yeah, we're gonna do that with the crocodile yet. This alligator I got longer. The croc I just got in November. And even though you guys are all out there, he sees more space in front of you. Either that or he thinks the deck is a dock and he's just gonna swim away when he jumps off.
Oh yeah, here's the. Don't get to see a crocodile. Alligator.
Look back a little bit so they can.
Now, while he doesn't necessarily enjoy me holding him, you notice he's not trying to bite. That doesn't mean they make good pets because he's going to get really big, require a lot of space
No, go.
and a lot of food.
What do they eat?
Just about anything you'll give them.
Even bugs?
Even bugs. Yeah, he actually eats little things that look the size of dog food, but it's made for crocodiles and alligators and zoos. But he also eats chicken wings, chicken legs, and lots of mice.
Snakes?
In the wild, they love snakes. Snakes and turtles.
Frogs?
And frogs. Like I said, alligators get a bad reputation. A big part of my program about alligators is teaching people how to live with them. That's also a big part of conservation. In fact, the University of Florida just released a very important report of studying the history of several years, I think it was the last decade, of alligator attacks in the US, and they said they're all people's faults. People feed them, people try to mess with them when they shouldn't. Remember I mentioned don't swim with them. Certainly don't feed them. I like to compare them to black bears around here. You don't want to get close to a big 300-pound animal that if it reacts defensively can hurt you. An alligator will do the same thing. You start throwing them food, they start swimming up, and they will bite the hand that feeds them. It's largely because when they open, they can't see when food is in their mouth. They got that big nose. They have no idea what they're clamping on. They don't want to eat the hand. They just want the sandwich, but they can't tell the difference. And unfortunately, while they're usually very far and few between, there was a tragic accident a week and a half ago. But that was a person trying to get a canoe through very shallow water and ran over the back of a large alligator. That alligator probably thought it was another alligator fighting for a territory, and when the alligator flipped, the canoe flipped. And when the person landed on top of the alligator, it was completely reflexive. So yes, it's a tragic accident, but it wasn't like the alligator was out stalking her as prey. It just unfortunately didn't end very well for either of them, because usually once an alligator attacks a person, they remove it from the environment, and usually it doesn't end up in a sanctuary. But when I was a kid, we thought alligators were going to be wiped out. It's a perfect reason to say that these animals aren't out there trying to eat us. We took over their habitat. We almost killed them. And now they just made a good comeback. It's one of our environmental success stories. But at the same time they made their comeback, so did the development of the Southeast. And we have a lot more alligator-human contact today, encounters I should say. And again, they're just shy animals, rather keep their distance. I love it when I look at a post on social media and there's somebody trying to push an alligator across the road, or just somebody taking a picture from time to time, because it sounds so much like crocodile. So obviously crocodiles are crocodilians, but it is a group, just like lizard or snake, that has other members of the order. There are actually 27 different species of crocodilians, but 17 of them are known as crocodiles. So I brought a young crocodile with me today. Her name is Tiki. Tiki is a Mexican crocodile, better known as a Moralettes crocodile. They are native to the east coast of Mexico and range into Belize and parts of Guatemala. Now, crocodiles range in size from the small 5-foot crocodile or 5-foot dwarf crocodile from Africa all the way up to the giant saltwater crocodile, which grows to nearly 20 feet long and weighs almost 2,000 pounds. And they're found in Australia and Southeast Asia. So Moralettes crocodiles like Tiki kind of fit in the middle. She's going to be about a 10-footer at most someday. Not the biggest croc for sure, but there's no such thing as a pocket-sized crocodilian like there is lizards, snakes, and turtles. And crocs really get a bad reputation. I think a lot of it has to do with the big ones that we hear so much about on TV. The big saltwater crocodiles, or the Nile crocodiles from Africa. I mean, Nile crocodiles don't only get big, they live in a part of the world where they eat zebra and wildebeest. So, to them, people look like light snacks. But the far mass majority of crocodilians are actually kind of shy and would rather leave you alone. At 10 feet long, a Moralettes crocodile needs respect, not fear. Obviously, you should never feed a crocodilian, and you should not try to swim with a crocodilian. They have extremely strong jaw powers, and well, those jaws are able to crush things like turtles. So if you're swimming with one, your head may just look at the surface of the water like a turtle. But for the most part, they do want to leave us alone, as Tiki can demonstrate by learning how to calm down and actually enjoy being, well, I enjoy handling her. I don't think she enjoys it. But yeah, she's the perfect size to show you what makes crocodilians also successful for their way of life. They are aquatic predators. We put them at the top of the food chain. They're apex predators, and they have to be designed or adapted for that way of life. So they have streamlined bodies, and you'll also notice that big, strong tail that I'm holding. That big, strong tail is an excellent paddle for her.
These are not domesticated pets. So even though they appear to be relaxed and used to being with people in captivity, they are still large predatory reptiles with a wild instinct. And I don't want to be the guy who gets to decide who gets to keep a crocodilian and who doesn't. But I do also want to say that it comes
What's the poker? Which one's the?
That's the blonde. That's what you just showed me.
Oh,
That's the Latin name of it is.
Do you hold on this stuff?
No.
Are they aggressive?
Not really. Not really. It's for his own safety that I don't handle him. If he got
Yeah.
Dad, what did it say?
Yep.
He was a tutor.
Daddy.
Take a little you got a video or for? No.
What do you want?
Video, take a little video.
Do a video.
Ready?
Yep.
Alright, I'm holding a ball python at the Reptile Expo. This is an albino ball python. Don't know if it's a male or female, pero...
It's a male. He's 16.
Oh, 16 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.